everybody, it's Ray, PowerWashStore Tallahassee. Wanted to talk today about surface cleaner bars. I get a lot of questions about, there's such a wide price range in surface cleaners, and what's the difference? Am I just overpaying for something? They're charging more because they can. And what's the difference between a good surface cleaner and a cheap surface cleaner? And by saying a cheap surface cleaner, I probably should say lower price surface cleaner. And I don't mean to disparage anyone's product. This isn't going, oh, you're cheap isn't bad, just lower price point surface cleaner. Probably the main difference in these is going to be, well, there's two main differences. The bar and the swivel. Those are your two main differences in there. So here's the bar that might be from, and even some expensive premium brand surface cleaners use bars like this, but you'll always find one on the lower priced surface cleaners. The good news is these bars are relatively inexpensive to replace whenever they get bent. They'd be, a zinc or nickel. There's a little bit of an offset angle on there. But then whenever you compare that to, say, a bar from a Whisper Wash or one of the larger ones, you can really see the difference in the bar size. This weighs about 4 times what this one weighs. This one is out of aluminum. It's drilled and tapped. Really a pretty substantial amount of metal on this. This is one for a Whisper Wash Classic, a 19-inch Whisper Wash Classic. You might also notice that this one has 4 tips on it instead of 2 tips, and we'll discuss the merits of 2 versus 4 in another video. But so here's one of the main differences you see between a economy-based surface cleaner and a more expensive type surface cleaner is the bars. These bars are going to be more durable. They're going to not have a tendency to bend and get out of whack. Once this gets bent, it's very hard to ever get it back into its proper alignment. You're most likely going to be replacing it some little small stub sticking up out of concrete, an errant rock, a transition at concrete. Something like that can really damage these. These will typically keep going, and pretty substantial piece of metal there. Then the other part that makes a huge big difference is the ability to either change out or have a serviceable swivel. Now, I've seen lots of the consumer grade smaller 12, 14, 16-inch things that would just stick on the end of a wand. The swivel in there is typically not serviceable. Then you get up to one that may have a grease zerk fitting in there, where you can grease it every now and then, and it would have pressed on bearings. A lot of times, unfortunately, you can grease those, but they're not truly serviceable. You get into a Whisper Wash, and it comes with an assembly. You take the top off your surface cleaner, you take the bar off your surface cleaner, you drop this in, you change out one more seal at the top of the surface cleaner, screw your bar back on, screw the cap back on, and you're back in business. So for a fraction of the cost of buying a new surface cleaner, whenever this wears out, gets damaged, or just gives out from use, you're able to replace individual components on that surface cleaner and keep going. So you can, it might be a more expensive initial purchase, but you're able to service that purchase and get a lot more use out of it. So if you spent $1,000 on a surface cleaner and rebuilding it twice, you're still going to be money ahead than if you spent $375 on 4 separate lower priced surface cleaners out there. Because you'd probably, well, not probably, you'd be money ahead by just buying one nice surface cleaner and rebuilding that as needed, because the lower price surface cleaners aren't going to last you as long and are going to be more subject to wear and tear. Hey, remember, reach out. This is Ray Burke, Power Wash Store Tallahassee. Happy to answer any questions you may have about surface cleaners. Thank you much, and wash on, guys.